how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. So this is going to be a Bones and Charms reading for both Taurus and Gemini. And each sign will be done separately, and after the live is done, I will be providing timestamps for some people who just want Taurus or who just want Gemini. So I just want to go ahead and check the sound real quick and make sure that we're good for sound. Let's see, here we go. Okay, so sound is good. All right. And then I do want to also just make sure real quickly that we are on the public side on Facebook, because for whatever reason it keeps setting it to different, so I have to go each time and do it. Okay, so anyway, that's all good to go. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, guys. So we're going to look at what's coming up for the rest of September, since we're only on September 3rd right now, all right? But yeah, I wanted to do a quick sound bell to just kind of clear the energy. And if you want to, you can take a couple of deep breaths while we do that, or you can just listen as well, whatever you feel guided to do. But yeah, it may get a little bit loud for just a little while, but it's not going to be forever. So if you're sensitive to sound, like, feel free to turn the volume down for a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our process here to get ready to start with Taurus. All right, so this is going to be for Taurus for September 2024. All right. Sorry guys, I have a little ambient music on, and sometimes, it has its commercials, so I try to keep it low and down in the background, but sometimes the commercials want to come through right as we're doing the sound bell, so that is okay. Hopefully it was more just towards the end for a little bit and wasn't too distracting for you guys. All right. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the Bones and Charms here and cast them and kind of see what's going to be coming out here for Taurus for September. Now, when I shake this bowl in Charms, it does get, can be a little bit noisy too. So just feel free to turn the volume down for a little bit, but just know it's not going to be forever. But this is the way that I have to shuffle the Bones and Charms, okay? And to clear that energy and pick up on the Taurus energy. All right. So here we go. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Taurus, the goal for September. Messages for September for Taurus. September messages for Taurus, the goal. What do they need to see, for their highest vibration? Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Taurus for September. Earth sign Taurus for September. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Taurus. Spirit, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Taurus for September. Messages for Earth sign Taurus for September. Messages for Taurus, Earth sign Taurus, the bull for September. Messages for Taurus for September. Messages for Taurus for September. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Taurus for September. Messages for Earth sign Taurus for September. What does Taurus need to see? What does Taurus need to know for their highest good? Messages for Taurus. Taurus. Messages. September messages. Taurus for September. Messages for Taurus for September. Spirit, guide my hand. Messages for Taurus for September. Messages for Taurus for September. Messages for Taurus. All right, that was interesting. I don't know if you guys could see it from that angle, but that last one, one of the charms, really didn't want to come out for a second there. So not a bad thing or anything, but it was interesting. All right, so I will be taking the camera down in a few moments and showing you guys everything up close during the whole reading, but I do want to flip over the charms that I can real quickly. So when we do get closer, and once I take a picture that I always do for every zodiac sign, that you guys can see everything as clearly as possible. The ones that are too close together, sometimes I don't even bother messing with those, because you can't really move them when they're that close together, okay? Without disturbing the process of where they land. All right, so let me again just give me a second here to flip over the ones that I can. Yeah, I don't want to disturb those too much. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture and then we'll get started. All right, guys, thank you for your patience and your understanding. Okay. All right. Taurus, let's see what we got for you. Bring this camera all the way on the table here. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold it up a little bit so you can see everything before we dive in. I want to also see like where Spirit wants me to start the reading, because it's always different for every reading, okay? So I'm just gonna use my one hand here and close my eyes and kind of see again where Spirit wants me to start. All right, so give me a little second, guys. Thank you for your patience. All right, Spirits, guide my hands, please. Where do you want me to start this Taurus reading? Okay, so it's like right here, kind of on my palm, under my thumb, and that's kind of where the first skull is showing up here, okay? So when that happens, it can tell us where someone's mind is at or will be at during a reading. Okay, so this kit has two. I have one over here in work and money section. Even though it's off the mat, it's just past energy. Okay, and then the other one is here. See if I can at least turn it a little bit more so you guys can see it. So that's where the second one is, okay? And that's in the spiritual unconscious section, and that's where Spirit wants us to start today. So let's go ahead and see what we got going on. So I can see underneath the skull, we've got the lizard, we've got the symbol for Pisces, the twin fish. So for some of you guys, since this is a general reading, right, just take the parts that may resonate for you. This could have something to do with a Pisces or during Pisces season, but it's right on the line in between the two sections between work and money and spiritual unconscious. Okay. Now, if it's not about anything like during Pisces season or someone who has a lot of Pisces in their chart or your chart, it could also just be needing to go with the flow here with something, not going against the tide. And because we also have, and just flip it over, the lizard here, there's a lot of healing energy going on as well here. Okay. So that's, really nice to see. So, the last thing that fell out of my bowl when I was shuffling is this Norse symbol for protection. I'm pretty sure it fell out, was the last thing. I usually always have my eyes closed, but I could feel something very light still in there. But as it was finally coming out, I kind of opened my eyes. All right, so you have a lot of spiritual unconscious protection for you this month, Taurus, and that's really beautiful. Okay, there could be something that you're wishing for, or someone's wishing for, multiple people, general environment situation. It could have something to do with work and money since it is on the line between the two sections, but it is also like has a lot of spiritual unconscious energy to it. And so the spiritual unconscious section, if I didn't say before, is about, our soul and what we wish for, right? And it's like how we feel when we're alone or when we're sleeping or we have that kind of solitude energy. Okay. So I can see also here as well, Taurus, that we have the ship charm underneath the Norse symbol for protection. And if we go this way, we also have a little bit of the bicycle underneath it, and then it's touching the baby's head here. So this could be talking about if you're doing any type of like astral travel or spiritual travel or something to do with water, which again is very healing, right? Going back to the lizard, because you have two kind of charms here that can talk about potential travel. And since you're in this spiritual unconscious section, again, it can be more about traveling while you're asleep with astral travel or something. But it's protected, okay, whatever this is, okay? If it is a little bit of spiritual travel, and in addition to that healing water of energy or needing to be around some type of body of water because it is very healing, that this is, something that is part of this protection here. Okay, now some of this traveling, like astral travel, if or traveling in your dreams, or if it's not that there's just like, or in addition to that, right, there's just a lot of movement in this area during your month of September. So if we pull all the way out again, the majority of your bones and charms this month, Taurus, has landed in work and money and spiritual unconscious, and very little in the relationships and love and body and mental health. So this is where, spirit is, and just ignore those little beeps coming from my computer. It's attached to my phone when I get text messages and I don't know how to turn it off. So just ignore that, guys, if you hear it. But anyway, this movement could be something to do with your spiritual identity here with the honeybee, like, reassessing or looking over again, or even for the first time, right? Like what your individual power is and what your community power is, okay? So that's really cool to see a lot of movement there, okay? But again, it's very healing. It feels very positive. If there's something that you're wishing for here, your wish is protected. Now, when we go this way, this is also really nice energy here with the baby. Since again, we're in, let me turn that down, the spiritual unconscious section. This could be talking about inner child work or a childlike energy. But it could also be, even though we're in spiritual unconscious, like actual children in the 3D physical world, whether they're your children or someone else's. It's this childlike energy here. And it's really interesting because here on this side, we have the snake vertebrae. So this childlike energy, is supported by your support system, okay, and in terms of your spiritual unconscious growth. So this is friends, family, lover, mental health care worker, etc., whatever your support system is here, okay. And it could also be that the childlike energy is supported, but it's also I just lost my train of thought. I had it there and then it just went away. Excuse me. I might move the incense over a little bit. Hold on, guys. Let's see. You can stay over there, even though you're very nice. Gets really strong sometimes. So this can also be that this childlike energy is not only supportive, but it's protecting you here, Taurus, or protecting someone else or multiple people, general environment situation. Okay, whatever this is may be for you, since of course this is a general reading meant for multiple people. All right. Now, before we get to this stuff, I do want to go outside a little bit, okay, over here. So if you follow the dotted line, right, that divides up the sections from the middle, it's like right around there, okay? So let's see what this past energy is, because that's basically what it is when it goes off of the mat there, Taurus, okay? So I can see that we have the elephant, all right? Let me get a little closer for you guys. We have the nutmeg here. We have the book charm. We have the water charm. We've got the lock charm. And then we have the frog charm and the seahorse, okay? So it looks like here in the past, Taurus, in terms of spiritual unconscious, there could have been a lot of memories of abundance and how to work with our memories, because elephants always remember, and bring more abundance in our spiritual life and whatever we want to manifest, right? Now, there could also have been some type of information here, Taurus, that either came into you or came from you to someone else, or to an energy that had a lot of emotions around it, okay, here with the water charm. Now, this energy, was maybe a little bit difficult to process in the past, because with the lock here, there could have been a little bit of that stagnant energy as well. But I do feel if we kind of pull back again, you can see a little bit of the dotted lines right here, that you also have your angel coin, okay, right on the line there as well. So whether you like the word angels or spirit guides, whatever it is, right, your spiritual team was even showing up here in the past for you. Now, because we have the no coin here, and again, it's some type of angel, that there was maybe some type of leap of faith that started in the past that maybe had something to do with family here. Okay, this could be our physical blood, not physical, this could be our blood family, right? Or our tribe, whoever we consider our family. But maybe there was some type of leap of faith here that was starting to happen, but maybe it wasn't the right time, okay, with that no coin. So it doesn't necessarily, mean no forever. It could just be no for right now in the past. And this could be recent past, a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., whatever the past is for you. And then it comes in a little bit in the present here as well, okay? But, this could have something. We talked about your first honeybee, okay, right there near the bicycle and the baby. Now your other honeybee is over here, and I'm just going to flip it over because I didn't see it earlier, all right? And it was touching the human teeth bone here, okay? So this no could have something to do with, like, your community power, your spiritual community power, like how you work with others for your spiritual unconscious growth, okay, like team working energy. It could be that you're thinking a lot about that because of some type of no that either you gave to someone or someone gave to you, or came in general from the energy, your spirit guides, guardian angels, etc. Okay, so that could have been like a motivator here, but I'm also kind of seeing that there is this openness here, Taurus, that you or someone else could be, channeling the openness kind of energy. Because I do see the fish here, I see the peace doves, and then I see the listening bells here. So somebody, you yourself, etc., right, could be thinking a lot about how to, bring in more peaceful energy, spiritual peaceful energy, and listening for that, like listening to the signs from the divine, right, or from your angels, your ancestors, um, because I think that it's also about like having, right, we started off, right, the first thing I was talking about was your spiritual protection here with the Norse symbol for protection, and that's actually the shirt that I'm wearing today, so that's really funny. But anyway, it has the Norse symbol for protection on it. We also have here your ship anchor, okay, that was touching all of this. So it's like, where can I find my freedom and my safety spiritually and unconsciously? So you or someone else again is really listening for that, and how to bring in this peaceful energy and more prosperity, you know, in the community, the spiritual community, or in a team working scenario, or also just with your individual power here. Because we also see this transformation, this big transformation happening here for you, Taurus, with the butterfly. And then it's right next to the winged Pegasus, okay, the winged horse. And that's also touching the chair here. So this could be talking about like, where do we feel at home spiritually, okay, because the chair represents home. If the chair was in work or money or relationships or body and mental health, if it was in any of the other sections, I would say it could be, you know, about your physical home or this or that, right? But here it just feels like where you feel more at home spiritually, unconsciously, again, when you're by yourself, deep in your soul, okay, and trying to find some type of freedom in this peaceful energy with that. um, I also see that like these answers are going to be coming in this month for you, maybe even faster than you realize. Okay, over here with the key right out here. Okay, because there is a really dominant, you know, feminine, soft receiving energy that could be supporting this transformation, could be supporting, again, being open to listening and finding the peace here. Really beautiful here, Taurus. I like to you know, see that vibe going on for you. Okay, so let's pull out again here for a second and let the camera focus. Now I think we're going to go ahead and move into your work and money section, since it's right on the line here. And we started to kind of talk about some of the stuff that may go in both of these sections, okay? But again, majority of your bones or charms this month are in these two sections, okay? So let's go ahead and see what's in the outside part, on the white part here, the white cloth, okay? And remember we said your other skull was here. So you could be thinking a lot about work or money, finances, or how you're being valued in some way here, Taurus, during the month of September. This could have started in the past because this is past energy, but it feels like somebody here, or this energy, or you yourself, was like, how can I, you know, find the pieces of the puzzle in terms of my work and money, and how can I receive more of those things here with the seashell feminine energy, okay? And we have your human teeth bone over here. Now if we go this way, Taurus, you could have also been thinking about like how to have more confidence in your work and money and finances, or being valued, or even possibly how you could get a promotion or level up, move up at work, or with the money, the finances. So I definitely see that in the past energy here as well. In your work and finances environment with the spider and the spider web in the past, there could have been some confusion with the cloud here, and then the rope, and then this is the coyote claw. So it could have been confusion about like how, again, to manifest those things. Just a little bit, but I feel that like the confusion, if there was something that was building for a long time, right, because the rope represents seasons, changing of time, that maybe that's why there was confusion, because maybe something was just going too slow for you, or going too slow for someone, or the energy was just kind of going a little bit slow. So we are out of Mercury retrograde. We still have 4 other planets in retrograde right now, I think. And so till about September 11th or 12th or so, then we'll fully be out of Mercury retrograde shadow, if that is anything to do with a little bit of the slowdown collectively, but it doesn't have to. So then when we go this way, I do see also in the past that there was a nice balance between masculine and feminine energy here, and trying to um, manifest that, okay? Because the seashells, again, are feminine energy. This is the raccoon penis bone, masculine energy. Then you have the symbol, masculine symbol, feminine symbol over here in the charm, okay? And then remember back over here, you also had feminine. So it's like three kind of feminine energies, and then two masculine energies, okay? And so, we're not talking about gender or anything like that. We're just talking about the energies, and we all have masculine and feminine. So one could be more proactive, more aggressive in certain sense, and then the other could be that soft receiving energy. So perhaps in terms of work and money and finances and being valued in the past here, Taurus, you were really trying to work on something and manifest something that you have been wanting for a long time here, with the alligator claw and the mermaid, and with the corn charm over here, it could have been you wanting to manifest something that was really going to pay off, I'm hearing, and that was of substance and provided financial nutrients as a metaphor, right? Gave you that money, or gave you something of value if it's not money, okay? And I also see that there was, maybe again going back to a little bit of the confusion in the past, not somebody or something here maybe wasn't all the way doing what they're naturally good at, okay, or maybe getting caught up about what other people think about that, okay, with the hummingbird all the way out here kind of by itself. So hummingbird can represent doing what we're naturally good at, but I always joke around and say that the other birds maybe made fun of that bird because he flew backwards, right? So it's like this is kind of again past energy, so maybe that needed to be cleared, okay? And your angels, your spirit guides, guardian angels, all the things, your spiritual team here in the past, with the angel coin also being here, and then the leaf charm. So the leaf is about clearing things, right? So getting rid of old leaves so new leaves can grow, okay? So I felt like there's a lot of clearing going on, and contemplating things here in the past, and maybe about how to level up or to get more money, more work opportunities, to work on the confidence in whatever you do for work, okay? All of those kinds of things here. Now, if you're retired, it could also just be, again, something to do with your confidence or how you're being valued in a certain way. It doesn't always have to be about the money, right? I also see here, and we get a little closer so you guys can see, Taurus, that right next to the mermaid, we do have the coffin here, okay? So just like your angel coin here, and just like a little bit of the no coin, and we'll talk about too, that's right on the line, and coming over into this section, is like your spiritual team is heavy here, wanting to help you with the work or the finances or the being valued here. There could have been a little bit in the past, and a little bit currently going on, some type of no here. So it could be a no that you had to say to someone, or someone said to you, or it was an energy in general. But when I tell people, even when I'm doing personal readings and they see the no, they always can get worried or make a face. But no, it doesn't always mean forever. It could just be no for right now. And then there's also that saying that like rejection is God's protection, right? So it could be also like you had to say no, or someone had to say no to protect themselves, or whatever it is, right? It would be different for everybody, but it does kind of go in both sections, right? It's in work and money, but also in the spiritual and conscious, okay? But anyway, let's go and follow the coffin here and go up back this way. So your spiritual team here wants to help you finding more freedom, okay, with the freedom handcuffs here. And then with the skeleton hand, this is also another symbol, just like the angel coin in the coffin, for your spiritual team, past on loved ones, friends, etc. They do want to help you with whatever your work or finances are, or being valued goals. And that we have the symbol for Capricorn over here, okay? So could have something to do with a Capricorn, or someone who's got a lot of Capricorn in their chart, or even where you have Capricorn in your chart, or it's during Capricorn season, or it doesn't mean anything at all necessarily about the zodiac signs and energies, but it's more about the metaphor of Capricorn, the goat, always going up the mountain and never giving up. Okay, so if they fall down the mountain, then they're going to get back up and find another way. So it's about resiliency here in your work and money. And there's all this good luck around it, and then there's of course that freedom energy. So it's like freedom to put in some type of effort or be resilient here is going to bring even more good luck. And it's also going to bring this beautiful loving energy, or your loved ones here with Cupid are also supporting this as well. Okay, so this can be romantic love, platonic love, self-love, all the above. All right. So I'm just kind of moving them all back to generally where they are when I flip that one over. Okay. Now, also, if there is, because the wish was right on the line as well, something that you're wishing for in terms of work and money, it could definitely, happen this month, and there's a lot of healing energy around it. But there's a need to go with the flow here, also with the twin fish Pisces energy on the line. Okay, so it could again have something to do with a Pisces during Pisces season, or where you have Pisces in your chart, or it's just again not going against the tide. Okay, so the fish being a metaphor to go with the flow here. Okay, now when I can see right now, and I'll move it over, that the witch charm is underneath the skeleton hand here, Taurus. Okay, so that is my symbol for friends, a group of friends, or friendly like energy. Okay, and because the skeleton hand was on top of it, it could be that your spiritual team is telling you you need to work with your friends here. Okay, because they're going to help you bring in these new ideas with the lightning bolt here in terms of your work and money or being valued. This group of friends, or one friend, or this friendly type of energy also wants to help you with clearing something here. Okay, with the leaf, not the leaf, sorry, the feather at the top of the witch charm as well. Okay, because you do have the ability to manifest, right? Because you also have that raccoon penis bone that again started in the past and then is even coming here in the future, like present energies. Okay, now this group of friends, or friend, or friendly like energy also maybe wants you to look to go slow here with something in terms of manifesting something at work, or with the money, or with how you're valued, to go slow here, because we have the turtle, we have another animal claw here, and then we have the fork, right? So it's like, what am I digesting in terms of my work and money and finances, right? So that, I'm trying to think of the better way to say it, not digesting, right? But it's like, what am I not only manifesting, but what's my work environment, or what's my money, my finances look like, right? So there's a need to go slow here before like jumping in and going all the way super fast. All right, but those are questions that we all should kind of ask, or again, or if it's not work and money, if it's just how I'm being valued, yes, like how does that look like? What does it sound like if I ask myself those questions, or someone else? Okay, because there are questions here. There's the question, right? The question charm. Then we have the balance scale. So Libra energy could have something to do with a Libra, or during Libra season, or where you may have Libra in your chart, vice versa, etc. It could also be talking about just the general metaphor. Okay, so some type of equal give and take. So there are. It's not just there has been. There are. Okay, because we're in this section on the black part, so it's still in the current present energies. There are still questions about maybe how can things be more balanced at work, or with the work, or with the money, the finances are being valued. Okay, so then that Libra energy here is underneath the turkey wishbone. Okay, and this is a little bit in the past energy as well. And then we have the symbol, the bow and arrow, the symbol for Sagittarius. Okay, so could have something to do with the Sagittarius during Sagittarius season, where you have Sag in your chart, all that stuff, right? or it's just what are my work and finances and being valued goals? Okay, what's my target? Where am I going to pull back the arrow and then let it go, right? So, because this is inside the turkey wishbone, I feel that these questions aren't bad, right? It's like I want these things to be more balanced. I want to equal give and take with the people that I work with, or how I'm making the money or something here. So really like focused on this during this month here, Taurus. Okay. Like I said, the majority of your bones or charms are in work and money and spiritual and conscious. So when you have less stuff in other sections, it doesn't mean that there aren't still things going on there, but this is where spirit wants you to focus most majority of your energy, okay? Or this is where there's going to be a lot more movement and changes, all right? So we'll get to those other sections in a little bit, but we got a lot going on here, so let's finish this one up first, okay? So here we can see your second raccoon penis bone, Taurus, right here going across the center, and it is touching the dog ankle bone, and then this is the snake rib bone. So this could be talking about, again, going slow with what we're manifesting, with that turtle back there in the fork, and then needing to have a little bit of flexibility here. So the bones in our bodies, right, and animals' bodies, they support us. They're our support system, but they also have to move with us. So where can there be, especially in the feet and the ankle bone, where can there be more flexibility at work or with the finances or being valued? And also, like, where do we need to breathe here? Okay, because we think about the rib bone, it's about breathing or constriction. So here there's a need to breathe, okay, because then if we follow it down this way, Taurus, it goes to the mountain charm. Okay, so this is about challenges at work or with the money or the finances. So maybe that's why we need to breathe around the challenges and try to be more flexible here. So if we think about Taurus energy, and regardless of where you may have Taurus in your chart, not everyone will be a sun sign Taurus that watches this, right? But it's a slow moving earth energy, and we can all be stubborn, every sign, right? But there could be this, like, not even stubborn, like a rigidness, or like a little bit like resisting a little bit of change here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you, Taurus. It could be someone else, or it could be the work environment. Sorry, guys. Hermes, relax. My dog's going crazy over there. You too. Shh, shh, shh. So yeah, so needing to breathe here and bring in flexibility, because again, there's a lot of good luck and things happening here, okay? I mean, if we go all the way down here to skip ahead for a moment, you've got the money bags in your work and money section, okay? You had the 4-leaf clover here, right? So, and a lot of other good stuff I can see coming up. So don't, worry too much about this. But I feel that, like, whatever these work or money challenges are that may be happening this month, it does lead to having the sense of more safety around, like, following your North Star, following, where you feel your ultimate work and money goals are taking you, or where you want them to take you, okay? Now, because the star here is also on top of the letter message document charm here, you could be receiving some type of information, or you're giving someone else some type of information, or it comes in general from your spirit guides, ancestors, etc. There's a lot of masculine energy supporting this, but this masculine energy, and the information that comes in or goes out, it's really about something to do with the details here with the strawberry, okay? I was trying to flip that over without necessarily messing everything up, but that's kind of how it was. All right. And so there could be, Taurus, that there is, like, a lot of emotions about going over the details, or about whatever this letter message document coming in is, or whatever the information is, even if it's not an actual physical letter message document, but it's just information, knowledge coming in. But it feels more like information necessarily than you searching for this type of knowledge. Okay, but there can be a lot of emotions around this, around the details of this. With the cup, the strawberry looked like it was almost like coming out of the cup or in the cup, because it was more like that until I kind of flipped it over. But this again is like about like the work environment or the financial environment. Okay, with the bat here, because bats use echolocation and vibrations to communicate because they can't see. So maybe the work environment has a lot more emotions around it or in it. Okay, that maybe even nothing. Maybe it's not even like you that's emotional, or heavy, or like type of energy or vibrations. It could be just the way it is, right? Or some group of other people or another person or whatever it is. Okay, but I feel that the more here, Taurus, that you focus on, balancing the masculine and feminine here with the yin and yang, and striving for balance, and the more that you keep clearing, like maybe old patterns here, okay, with the shell charm and then the broom, that this is going to lead to more happiness in work and money, financials, and being valued with the sun here. And this also has a lot of another symbol for good luck, right? So you have the 4-leaf clover here, and then if we flip this one over, you've got the horseshoe and the ladybug inside, okay? And then all of that is also, like I said before, leading to the animal claw that's then going into the money bags, okay? So there's like a lot of good stuff happening here, okay? I feel that Saturn here, the symbol for Saturn next to the coyote penis bone, and then part of the scissors, Saturn is getting organized, getting more clear on responsibilities and this type of energy. Saturn is getting you more serious about cutting something away, in terms of your work or money or being valued. Okay, so also, just be aware of that too. Now, if we look at the center, we pull all the way back out the center circle here where all the different sections come together and intersect. Your money bags is in that, okay? And also part of your lucky rabbit's foot, right? Your green lucky rabbit's foot. So, like throughout the month here, Taurus, there is a lot of abundant energy, and there's a lot of good luck in lots of different areas, okay? So I see like just feels good, right? So if we continue on going this way into relationships and love, since we were kind of already on the line here, yeah, there's something that maybe needs to be cut away here. Okay, maybe certain relationships or a relationship dynamic. But this is all relationships. It's romantic, platonic, and self-love. Okay. Now, this masculine energy and that Saturn energy is helping push that or support that. There could also be a Leo here, okay, that is important with the lion. It doesn't have to be, or it could also be where you may have Leo in your chart or someone else does, or it's during Leo season, right? Or it has nothing necessarily to do with the zodiac at all, and it's just more about having the courage, having the passion, the creativity, like harnessing something here, maybe even like within the body, right? In terms of our relationships and love, because there is a lot of this beautiful good luck here. And if we pull all the way back out again, the only thing you really have here in the past, Taurus, this is your buckeye, okay? So it was like almost all the way in the past, but like very close to the black part of the cloth. So it could be that there is abundance here in the current present energies as well. Just a little something that needs to be cut away or looked at. But generally, again, when you have less bones and charms in a certain section, it's like keep doing what you're already doing, and then Spirit wants you to focus on these other areas more, okay? So I want to just make sure that there's nothing underneath here. Okay, cool. So yeah, so if we follow, right, where we just talked about this lucky rabbit's foot being in the center circle and also in relationships and love, it also goes into the body and mental health, okay? And then you don't have anything here, Taurus, that fell outside of those areas, okay? So again, whatever you're doing in terms of your overall health with your body, with your mental health and your mind, I would say just keep doing that again and focus more on these other things that we were talking about earlier, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting for you in terms of for September, Taurus. So always feel free to let me know later how these things may come about for you. And if you want to subscribe on YouTube, it is free. It just notifies you when I put out new videos. If you want to like this video or share it on Facebook or YouTube, I definitely appreciate that, since it's a great way to support the channel, but only if you feel guided. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back up where it was, and we will switch over to Gemini next, okay? Gemini is coming through. All right. So we're going to clear the bones and charms of the previous energy and all that good stuff, and do a little sound bell, and then, yeah, see what Spirit's messages are going to be for Gemini as well. All right, so let me see if I can put this back down best way I can to kind of show what's going on there for the most part. Okay. All right, guys, thank you for your patience. Okay, so let's get our bowl here. I need to get like a new rug situation because my chair always gets stuck right there. But anyway, again, I hope you guys are doing well whenever you see this. And yeah, just want to make sure we're okay in terms of all of our internet connections and all that stuff. All right. So yeah, if you're here in the States, I hope you guys, if you celebrated or had time off, some people don't have time off on Labor Day, but if you did, I hope you got to do something nice, or if you had to work, I hope it wasn't too bad, or one of those or all those things, hopefully. But yeah, let me just put everything away here. That's everything. Okay. And we're going to put some crystals on top to also clear the energy. I'm going to do a little bit more incense. I have the smaller incense that maybe won't be as strong as the other one. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. This is that like matchstick incense. I don't know if you guys have seen those before, but it's very small. So once it's done burning this, it'll be done, and I won't necessarily have to start coughing and stuff from all the smoke. All right, so that just went. Oh my god, I was like scared that the cloth almost caught on fire. Did y'all see that thing jump? Okay. Anyway, so you can clear energy with smoke, but you don't have to if you're sensitive. You can clear with intention, with sounds, right? Well, there's lots of different ways, all right? So we're just going to pass the bones and charms through the smoke a little bit here. Clear that energy. See if I can put this. Oops, let's turn that down. Hey there, yeah. Let's put this over here somehow. All right, whatever, that's good enough. Okay, yes. So, oh, that's what I was looking for. I was like, where's my other crystals? My big selenite. All right, let's do our sound bell here, Gemini, and see what's coming up for you for September. So again, if you're sensitive to sound, it may be a little bit loud. You can always feel free to turn the volume down, but it's not going to be forever. All right. So this is going to be for Gemini for September 2024. Go ahead and move this over here and get a little bit more of the ambient music in the background. So now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the bones and charms. So that may be a little bit loud as well, but it won't be forever. All right, but I do have to do it. So thank you for your patience as always, guys, and your energy. Okay, so spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins, for September. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins, for September, for the highest good. Spirit guide my hands. Spirit guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini. Air sign Gemini. A little bit more. Oh, come back here. All right. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Air sign Gemini. The twins for September 2024. What do you see? What do you need to know? Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini. Spirits guide my hands. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini for September. Messages for Gemini. I'm going to rotate this too, so I don't know where any of these things are. Alright. Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini for September. Air sign Gemini for September. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini for September. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini for September for the highest good. Gemini. Excuse me. Messages for Gemini for September. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini for September. Gemini. Messages for Gemini for September. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini for September. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. All right. Stay. Okay. I thought that was going to fall off the table, but we got it. All right, guys. So before I bring the camera down, I'm just going to flip over the bones and charms that I can that aren't going to disturb the other ones. So when we take the picture and when I bring the camera closer, you guys can see it. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'll just leave all that for now. Okay. That looks good. All right, so let's take your picture here, Gemini, and then we'll get started. Move this up a little bit. Okay. All right, let's bring the camera down and see what we got for you. Here we go. So I don't know if you guys saw me, but I did rotate the mat there. I try to do that every once in a while, so I don't know where the different sections are. And then of course I do it with my eyes closed. So it looks like my eyes are closed right now with the camera. Come on, camera. You want to do a close up somewhere? And then focus on, there we go. Okay. So maybe if I come all the way out really slow, it'll stay focused. Okay. So yeah, we can see that there's a couple things that have fallen outside of the black part of the mat, and that's fine and normal. So that's just past energy. And we of course have all these different sections that we'll go over. But I want to kind of see, I should have done it before I took the camera off, but it doesn't matter really when I do it. But I want to just hover my hand over here and see where Spirit wants to start the reading, because it's always usually in a different spot. Okay, so spirits, guide my hands please. Messages for Gemini spirits. Where do you want me to start the Gemini reading? Where would you like me to start Gemini reading? Okay, so it's like right here in this section, and I think that's where one of the skulls is. So I didn't know that because it was on the other side of the lucky rabbit's foot there. Okay, so sometimes that happens, but it's not every time. Where you see a skull in a reading can tell you where someone's mind is at or where it will be at. Okay, so it looks like your first skull is right here in the center circle, so we'll talk about that later. And then your second one is back over here, and then in this section it's your body and mental health. So if we pull back for another second here, Gemini, with your first skull, or whatever, first or second skull here, being in the center in that circle, whatever falls there affects all the different kind of areas throughout the month. So it looks like you or someone else has a lot on your mind this month for sure. Okay, so we'll talk about those things in a little bit. But yeah, lots of things going on here, Gemini. All right, so let's go over here and start with the first skull here, and I'm just gonna like lightly tap that over so you can see a little bit more. Okay, so I can see that we have the angel coin, okay, touching the top part of the skull here. We have the ship over here on top of that, and I can see the skeleton hand is underneath as well. I'm just going to go ahead and move the lucky rabbit's foot for a little bit. I'm just going to pick it up gently and move it over. Okay, to kind of see what we really got. So here, Gemini, you could be, having a lot of support here from your spiritual team, your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, wanting to help you with your overall health this month in terms of your body and mental health. They could be wanting to help you either with an actual physical travel somewhere, or just to be more by water because of how good it is for us, right? It has the positive ions. I think it's positive ions from the ocean anyway. Not that everyone can get to the ocean, but water in general is just very healing, okay? So I think that you or someone else here knows that and has been thinking a lot about it, because you have both of your human teeth bones here as well. So chewing over, digesting something here about, how to feel more safe in your overall health environment, okay? Because I also see the safety pin over there right next to the spider and the spider web. All right, so there could also be like something to do either with a Leo, okay, because with the lion here during Leo season, or it just has something to do with, like, because it's falling in the body and mental section, having like more passion in terms of taking care of your health or someone else's health here, okay? Or your own health and other people's health, whatever it is. Everyone's going to be different. But your spiritual team, also with the skeleton hand down here and the angel coin here, wants you to feel more free, perhaps in your body, with your mental health. So they really, want to help there as much as they can. Now, because the skeleton hand is like right over the heart, okay, there's a figure of a person meditating that's drawn on the mat. So each section has like a heart, and then we've got money, and then we've got a cross. Well, in this section you can't see it, but there's a person meditating. So it could be for some of you guys, Gemini, that you need to do some clearing of the heart chakra, or feeling less pressure there. Always talk to your actual doctors, right? I'm not a doctor, but in terms of the more spiritual side, it could be something just as simple as opening the heart chakra or listening to heart chakra music or something here. Could be an additional message there, okay? But I really feel like you or someone else is trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together in terms of your overall health here, okay? Um, Now, I want to see what's under the angel coin and the spider web because I can definitely see that there's some stuff under there. So let me start with this one here. Okay, so we've got the horseshoe and the ladybug, so lots of good luck, okay? And that fell right on the word body that's on the mat, okay? So could be lots of good luck around that, so that's beautiful, like taking care of the body, okay? Now, I think this is the peace doves. Yes, it is. Hold on. Grab it here. So in terms of, let's say, your environment, like your overall health environment and in terms of your body and mental health, there's a beautiful peaceful energy here. Now this could have something to do with, let's say, taking care of yourself within your home wherever you live, but it could, in addition to that, it could also be like where you feel at home in your body and in your mental health with the chair here as well, okay? So that's pretty cool to see, okay? So it could be even like you're working out more at home, or you're just again feeling more at home in your body and your mind here, okay? Now I want to go back out to the past stuff a little bit, what falls outside of the black part, and then we'll go back to where we were over here and over there where we haven't gone yet, okay? So we can see that you have your first raccoon penis bone over here, Gemini. We have the no coin, okay? And the no coin has fallen on top of the book charm, okay? So I'll just move it like slightly over so you can see both of them together. It could be that in the past, whatever the past is for you or someone else, etc., multiple people, general environment situation, there could have been some type of someone saying no to you or you saying no to someone else, and it could be like saying no to some type of knowledge that came in here, okay? Now this could be knowledge about something to do with the body and the mental health, okay? And so again, I've said this a couple times or all the time, right? But if you're new to my videos, like, or just in general, right, it's always good to hear reminders like no doesn't always mean no forever. It could just be no for right now. And no could also be rejection is God's protection, right? So again, we're in the body and mental health, so it could just be something like you get some information from a doctor, from a trainer, from the internet, whatever, and you think it's like going to work for you or work for the other person in terms of their health, and then spirit's like, no, everybody's different, or no, there's something about a no here, okay? But it doesn't always have to be a bad thing, all right? Also in the past here on the other side, on the white part, we have the dragonfly, we have two seashells, okay, and one of the animal claws, and then we have the money bags here, okay? So I'm just gonna flip this over so you can see that's one of the seashells, all right? So lots of feminine energy here in the past, maybe trying to help like manifest more abundance in terms of you or someone else's overall health dreams with the dragonfly, okay? So that's really beautiful. It could be also that in the past, you or someone else, most people, general environment situation, with this is my listening seashell, right? If it was a big one and we put it up to our ear, we would hear the ocean. So maybe this feminine energy was also, listening out for messages of how to be more abundant in the body and mental health, dreams and goals there, okay? Or maybe you heard something or someone heard something else and this led to even more abundance, right? But there is that kind of like listening energy there. And then if we follow like the little path going this way, this could have led to some type of transformation here with the butterfly, okay? So some type of transformation happening with someone's health here. And then again, we just talked about the listening seashell, and now over here we have the listening bells charm. So maybe really like listening to not only our like body, mind, but also spirit. So spiritual and conscious is this way, right? But it's like the overall health. That's why I keep saying like overall health, okay? Or maybe listening for more knowledge and opportunities about what to do with the health. There's all this good luck here, Gemini. That's beautiful with the 4-leaf clover. Also with Cupid here, it could be the people that you love, and the people that love you, right? Friends, family, romantic, and self love are wanting to help with the body and the mental health goals, okay? And help bring in that again, maybe something to do with either traveling, like physical travel, or excuse me, just having more movement in the body and in the mind, or just being around water and how healing it could be, okay? So that's pretty cool. Now, if we go this way, look at that baby. He's upside down. Sometimes he falls right side up, and sometimes he falls down. So this time he's down, and he's got a couple things all around him and underneath him. So I'm going to pick this baby up, he, she, they, and put them over there, all right? So underneath the baby, we've got the bicycle, we've got the water charm, we've got the coffin, and this is, I believe, the letter message document, okay? So this baby, let me put him back for a second, can represent physical children, like your children or someone else's children, or it could also represent like a childlike energy or inner child work here. But there could be like, I feel that because of the way that the baby is, it's almost like the baby, I mean, I know babies aren't supposed to sleep on their stomach until they're a certain age, right? But I feel like when it goes down, it's something about, sleeping or the unconscious here. And then because its head was right on the letter message document here, Gemini, you could be receiving some type of information when you're sleeping, or from this type of information that either you're going to give or someone's going to give to you, or coming in general from your spirit guides, could happen when you're resting, even if you're not sleeping. Or it could be that this is like showing that whatever this message is, or this information that comes in, it could make you very emotional, or someone else very emotional, or there's a lot of emotions behind it, but it does show that maybe there is something around that also has something to do with like physically traveling. So maybe it's traveling with someone in your support system during the month of September, and maybe during this travel it's really good for your body and mental health, or good for theirs as well, etc. But this is like something that your spiritual team is also supporting here with the coffin, okay? So you could be having more spiritual dreams from your spiritual team, passed on loved ones, friends, etc., with the coffin underneath, okay? So again, it was like something about when someone's sleeping is definitely coming through here, but it's not going to be for everyone, so it's a general reading. So take it how it may resonate for you, okay? But I feel that whatever this information is, it could also be connected to something that maybe your spiritual team is wishing for you too, in terms of your body and mental health, okay? So the wish charm right here is right on the line between these two sections. Now this information that comes in could also have something to do with, your physical diet here with the corn, maybe needing like more or different type of substance in terms of what you're eating, okay? But also in terms of your mental, it could be like, having, what is the way to say it? Like more diverse thoughts, like being open, being, I don't know how to say it. It's like, yeah, just having like thoughts that are more that are better for your mental health or better for someone's mental health here. Okay. So having the thoughts like plant seeds for the future that then can be something that comes from it, right? Not just like empty thoughts or thoughts that aren't going to help you in some way in terms of your health. Okay. All right. Now let's go back this way here, Gemini. Um, so I already forgot what was on the angel coin. Oh yeah, you had your good luck under your angel coin, and then you had what did we have? The peace doves. Okay, under the spider webs. So other spider web, spider webs. Maybe there's more than one spider web, but these are also touching. Here we have the irresponsibility coin. Okay, showing up here, Gemini. And then the bat is on top of it. I'm just going to move it over for a second so you can see. Okay. So it could be that maybe there is a little bit of this irresponsibility energy in terms of someone's health here, you or someone else's. It could be within the body or the mind or both. Okay. Or it's like irresponsible about the vibrations that we pick up in our mind and our body, and how we communicate that to others as well, since bats use echolocation and it's about communication and vibrations because they can't see. Okay, so I'm going to pick up both of these and kind of move it over and see what else is underneath. Okay, so nothing is underneath, but a little bit of the honeybee was on the other side. So I'm just going to kind of rotate it back generally the way it was. Okay, so this irresponsibility not only like having something to do with vibrations and communication, it could also have something to do with your individual power here, Gemini, in terms of your body and mental health. It could also be about your community, your sense of teamwork. So it could even be your teamwork within the different areas, right? So remember we said mind, body, spirit, okay? But there's something perhaps that needs to be cut away there, okay? And it could be just like too much masculine energy. So if we can see underneath the honeybee, there's the scissors, and the scissors are leading to one of the coyote penis bones. So there's too much like aggressive, proactive, masculine energy here, and something to do with possibly the identity, the individual power, and the community power. Okay. But I feel whatever that is here, Gemini, that you're gonna have like either a group of friends or one friend, or this friendly like energy here with the witch that's kind of hiding underneath the freedom handcuffs, that's going to help you with that. Okay, so it doesn't have to be I mean, it may still be hard, okay, because here we have the symbol for Saturn, if I flip it over, right? But it's like this friend or group of friends or friendly like energy isn't maybe helping you get more responsible to help cut these things away. So there's less irresponsibility here. But what I do like to see here, Gemini, is on the other side, you have the lizard. So there's a healing energy there, okay? When you do that, or when someone else does that, or when the environment shifts, or whatever it is, okay? Because this healing is also like helping you follow your North Star here, Gemini, because the star was on top of Libra, the balance scales, okay? So following like your one of your main goals, right? Maybe, or someone's main goals here, or whatever it is, if it's an energy, to have more balance, an equal give and take with the body and the mental health and the spirit, right? All of those things, overall health coming together. It could have something to do with a Libra, or during Libra season, or where you may even have Libra in your chart, okay? But it could also just be, again, your first skull here is in the center of the center circle that affects all the different sections, and then your second one is here. So there's like a real double like emphasis on thinking about these things this month, okay? Now if we go last thing here this way, in terms of this section, Gemini, there could be something about the family here with the seahorse on top of the lightning bolt that's right on the line. So it could be your blood family, okay, or it could be your tribe, friends, whatever your tribe is, okay, etc. It could have something to do with either being a parent or with the parent as well, but it doesn't have to be. But this family type of energy wants to help bring in these new ideas and maybe also help with the balancing the body and the mental health and the spiritual health too, because it's like the lightning bolt is almost like pointing and touching the balance scales as well. So that's really cool. All right, let's see what else here, Gemini. So since we're already kind of on the line there, we'll go ahead and move into relationships and love. All right, I'm just gonna take a sip of water. Now, before we do that too, I wanted to move back your good luck charm here, because remember we had it like right in the center and it was almost covering, okay, where the skull was. Yeah, so it's like last thing, right? You have all this good luck in your body and mental health and overall health. And it goes from body, mind, and spirit. And it's also a little bit, I don't remember exactly how much, in the center here too. Okay, so lots of movement happening here and important changes, but lots of good luck too. Okay, so don't forget it. All right. But all right, let me see here, Gemini. So we're going to start over out here in that past energy. Okay, just taking a sip there. And it looks like in the past there could have been some questions here, and now we're in the relationships and love section. Okay, so all types of love, romantic, platonic, self-love. There could have been some questions that actually was leading to the fork almost. Okay, so the questions started maybe in the past, couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., and then they led to like, well, what am I digesting in terms of my relationships, right? What do I want with my relationship with myself and others? So here we also have a lot of masculine energy showing up here. Okay, and then we have the wish charm right on the line there. So it could be that, yeah, what do I want to manifest in my wishes, in my relationships here, Gemini, you or someone else, multiple people, general environment situation. Could be thinking about a lot of that this month as well. Could also have something to do with like, over time, okay, how can I have more confidence in my relationships? How can I over time take my relationships to the next level? Okay, because here we have the rope charm, then we have the snake vertebrae, okay, and then we have the crown. So yeah, over time, how can I feel more support from my support system? Okay, right, the vertebrae is in the back, my support system, and how can that either give me more confidence, and or how can I like take my relationships to the next level, whatever that is, for you, since or for the other person, right, since everyone is different, since it's general reading. But there could also be this idea of like, how can I feel more free in my relationships, the feeling of freedom, and this air energy, and this just, yeah, I mean, Gemini, or depending on where you have Gemini in your chart, you are an air sign. Okay, so with Pegasus, the winged horse, kind of like upside down, like flying over the love word, it just, yeah, it feels free and it feels like playful. How can I have more of that in my relationships as well? Maybe, okay, maybe that's something that you're thinking about or someone else is. Now I can see here with, half of, let me turn back this way, half of the coffin is in this section too, that black coffin. I know it's hard to see black on black. We have the animal claw here. We have the mountain charm, and then we have the other coyote penis bone. Okay, so here, Gemini, it could be about like my spiritual team. I'm saying my spiritual team, I mean your spiritual team or someone else's spiritual team, how they can help you manifest and work through some type of challenges in your relationships. Okay, what am I challenges in my relationships, and how can I use that masculine, proactive, more aggressive energy to maybe work through any challenges that may be showing up here during the month of September. Okay. Also, how can we talked about it a little bit before? The family, the seahorse here on top of the lightning bolt, also on the line. So, whether it's blood family or your tribe, your friends, whoever, romantic partner, whatever, all the above, whatever it is, how can my family help me bring in new ideas about my relationships? Or maybe there's something you've been longing for a very long time that even goes into past lives here, Gemini, because you have the seashell next to the mermaid. Maybe there was some confusion in the past or in these past lives around something to do with a parent or being a parent, or what does that mean, and how can we bring in these new ideas around the idea of even family hearing, and also with the coyote claw here, like taking again that masculine energy, and then slowing it down a little bit too, because it's like if you're always in a green light, go, 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 or something, right? If we can make that reference, then you eventually have to stop. Like you're going to run out of gas. Or you just have to stop and let other people go sometimes too, right? It's a metaphor for driving. So here we see the snake rib bone kind of coming around and hugging this side of the heart that's on the mat. Okay, so that's that needing to breathe. So if there are some new ideas coming in that you've wanted for a long time, or even past lives, and there's a little bit confusion there, just saying breathe, just breathe with it, Gemini, right? Go with the flow here, because we also have not Pegasus, sorry. We also have Pisces. I'm like, and then that's the other P word. We just talked about Pegasus up here. So, but no, this is Pisces down here, the twin fish. So it could have something to do with a Pisces, or during Pisces season, or where you may have Pisces in your chart, or it has nothing to do with the zodiac. And it's just like, yeah, we need to go with the flow here and not always have that go, go, go energy. We need to balance it and slow down and breathe a little bit. So I do see that, someone's thinking a lot about that during the month of September. Also here with this other human teeth bone. Okay. And so, you know, I think I said in the beginning of the reading or somewhere, right, that your other skull is right here in the center, and then Pegasus is also in that center circle, and then you have the lock here, and you had a little bit of the leaf, and then you had the lizard and the apple, and it's like you have all these things on your mind this month, Gemini, right? Like, because whatever's in the center goes into all the sections, right? If we pull back. So definitely take the moment to breathe and calm your mind, and maybe do more grounding energy and clearing energy here throughout the month, okay? Because if there is stagnant energy, it's like Spirit's telling you to go with the flow, telling you to do your clearing and your cleansing with the leaf here. Then the lizard's there. It's like the healing is available. Now you could be working with a teacher here with the apple, or you could be a teacher, a mentor, a guide, or it could also be about your own leadership qualities as well here, okay? But yeah, definitely get out of all that thinking energy as much as you can, and take your breaks, okay? So anyway, let's now move into the work and money section here, since we were just right on the line there, okay, Gemini. So with that human teeth bone being on the line, it's like, yeah, chewing over, thinking about, like, let's say where you have freedom and safety in terms of where you work, or with the work, or with the money, or with the financials here. So you drop your anchor when you need to stop, and you lift it when you need to go, right? So that metaphor of freedom and safety. It could also be the balancing between if you have to travel for work, like when you travel and when you don't travel, right? So that could be for some of you guys, not everybody. I see like that there could be, if we pull back a little bit here, the only thing that's fallen outside is the dog ankle bone here. And so it started in the past, and then it's moving in also into the current present energies. So maybe needing more flexibility with the work or with the money or the financials, or if you no longer work, it could also be how you're being valued in some way. So this flexibility energy started in the past and then it's still here, okay? And there's a lot of abundant energy though as well here, Gemini, with the nutmeg here, okay? So lots of beautiful abundant energy during the month of September in this section as well. Now when we go this way, again, a little bit of clearing energy. Um, so, you know, not only like physically clearing your work energy or your work environment where you physically work, it's also like more the spiritual side with the leaf here. Okay, also being right on the line and in this section. The more that you do that, you can have more prosperity with the fish here. Um, I can also see here too, Gemini, that there could be like um, a real sense of dealing with like memories of money. Okay, so we can have a poverty mindset or we can have an abundant mindset, right? So a lot of that can go back to like the way that we were raised or our family members or whatever, friends. So again, if it's not actual money, it's like memories of how I was being valued, okay, or how someone was being valued here. So going over those details in the memories is going to be really helpful here, Gemini, with the strawberry. And then here we have the symbol for Sagittarius, the bow and arrow. So you could be working with a Sagittarius, or maybe where you have Sagittarius in your own unique birth chart, or during Sagittarius season, or it has nothing to do with the zodiac at all, and it's just about like what are your work goals. Okay, what are your financial money goals? Okay, so where can you pull back that arrow and then let it hit the target? Okay, and so it's interesting too because where the arrow is kind of pointing is back to the center and back to that lock even. So it's like, yeah, let's get rid of that little bit of stagnant energy, not too much, right? Because if we pull back out, right, the majority of your bones and charms are in these other three sections. So a lot of this is like keep doing what you're already doing, but just maybe this couple small things, okay? So yeah, I really like that for you, Gemini. All right, so let's pull back again here. We're coming to your last section. So now we're going to be in the spiritual unconscious section, all right? And so, you know, you have a little bit in the past, okay? You've got half of your buckeye here in the past. So you can see it looks like a buckeye, right, with the eye here. And you've got a little bit of the turkey wishbone there as well on the white part of the cloth or mat. And so it could be here, Gemini, that in the past, in some way, you or someone else, hopefully the camera will focus in just a second, guys. I move too much. Somebody was really like trying to manifest their spiritual unconscious wishes, okay, because here we have the alligator claw was on top of, I'm just going to focus somewhere else and then slowly move out so it'll stay focused. So yeah, so here we have that alligator claw and it was on top of the turkey wishbone. So it's like really past energy and present energy of manifesting the things that you wish for spiritually, unconsciously, what you want deep down in your soul, when you're sleeping, when you're alone, all those kinds of things, right? And so there's all this abundant energy, there's all this happy energy here, okay, with the sun and the buckeye, with your other raccoon penis bone being here, it's being masculine energy, being very proactive and like even overly aggressive with like, this is what makes me spiritually happy, or this is what makes someone else spiritually happy, or the environment spiritually happy, or however it may, you know, resonate, or whatever you come to this reading for, okay? So I feel like you take that very seriously here, Gemini, as you should, and that's awesome. So I think that there's also maybe, again, you have all this good luck in your spiritual unconscious as well with the tail end of the lucky rabbit's foot there. But there could be some answers that are going to come to you or someone else here during this month. Spiritual answers. It could have something to do with like where you feel at home spiritually. Okay, with that chair being right on the line there too. But some of these answers that come in, okay, perhaps are suggesting that you need to like make some type of leap of faith here, or someone does, okay, or the energy does, okay, because it's like it's not touching, but it's very close to your key charm here. So those answers coming in, and then it's like, oh, or not, oh, necessarily in a bad way, but it's like, okay, now we need to make some type of leap of faith, okay, or maybe you already knew that, or someone already knew that, or the energy was leading that way, but then when you get those answers, it's like confirmation to kind of do that. So yeah, I also see, needing to do a lot of clearing this month, spiritual clearing and cleansing this month, Gemini, because you have the leaf here, you've got the broom, you've got the balance, yin and yang, and then you have the cup over here. So it could just be, clearing and cleansing emotions, okay, in the spiritual subconscious. So that definitely makes sense, right? We are going to be more emotional when we're talking about the spiritual unconscious or subconscious. So it's just helping you. The spirit is saying to balance those things, okay? So that's completely normal, right? We all have to kind of do that for sure. So there's different methods for everybody and what they feel comfortable and how they do their spiritual cleansing or clearing. So I won't go into that, but you hopefully know what to do, or if you don't, ask someone else that you trust or do your own research, right? But some of this cleansing and clearing has also something to do perhaps with like a lot of ideas of your individual power, your identity, your spiritual unconscious identity here with the bumblebee. And if I move the lucky rabbit's foot again, look at that. That's so cute. I haven't seen that before or in a really long time. It's like the hummingbird is hummingbird is humming. No, the hummingbird is almost hugging, okay? Coming up and nudging and like cradling the honeybee, okay? So the hummingbird is about doing what we're naturally good at and not caring what other people think. So when it's coming up here and, being around and on top of the honeybee, it's like, yeah, you need to do what you're spiritually good at, what you're unconsciously good at, and you need to keep working through your spiritual individual power and your spiritual community power, right? Because we're all in some type of community and we are not separate entities and we affect each other, and ideally we're all one, right? Regardless of your religious or lack thereof beliefs, right? You can be spiritual and not religious and all the things. So yeah, I like that. It feels very comforting here, Gemini. That's really cute. I also see, if we go back over here, remember your other honeybee was on the other side, right on the line. It was more in your body and mental health, but it's still on the line here in the spiritual unconscious as well. So, harnessing and maybe clearing if there's too much, masculine energy here, to clear some of that, okay? Or if it's clearing away, it's going to be different for everybody. But yeah, there is some type of masculine energy here that is maybe too aggressive, or it needs to be softened, or whatever it is, okay? Because remember, you had the raccoon penis bone back here too, also masculine energy. So not saying anything bad about masculine energy, right? We all have both masculine and feminine, but there's a time and a place for both, and we're all striving for some type of balance, right, with the yin yang here. So maybe this month it's more about that soft feminine receiving energy here, right? And then we actually have the feminine symbol here too, Gemini, next to the seashell. Okay, so I really feel that you are, or someone else, multiple general environment situation, is going to be putting in the work here, the spiritual unconscious work, okay? Because here we have the Capricorn symbol, and then we have, oh gosh, the camera's not focusing, but there we go. the Capricorn symbol and the turtle. So it's like going slow but consistent. So Capricorn, it could have, Capricorn energy in your spiritual unconscious. It could have something to do with an actual Capricorn or during Capricorn season, or it's just that resilient energy, putting in the effort, not giving up. And because it is a earth slow moving energy, and remember I said you have all these things on your mind this month, Gemini, or like every month. No, I'm just joking. That's because I know a lot of Gemini, so I'm just joking around. And I have air a lot in my chart too. But I say that with love. That it's like maybe you do need more of that earth energy to slow down a little bit, okay? And maybe it is about working with a teacher, a mentor, a guide here, or even bringing out your own leadership qualities, because this has a lot of healing around it as well. Remember, with that lizard there, okay? And if we put back our good luck, right? You got all this good luck too, okay? So I feel like that's hopefully makes sense and feels like a pretty straightforward reading, hopefully for you guys, and the way I explained it. But yeah, I mean, really good stuff coming in here. So always feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or even privately if you don't want to share how this may make sense for you right now or moving forward. But yeah, also I will be posting the picture that I took for each of the readings today so far for Taurus and Gemini, and I will be posting it on my Facebook page after this live is done. If you want to see all this stuff again more up close in detail. So if you want to find that, all you have to do is go in the description box below. On YouTube a little bit and a little bit, or you can go from Facebook or YouTube to my channel. So Malessea's Magic Light on Facebook, you can find it there. And I usually post the photos like just as a comment underneath this video a little bit later if you feel guided. So I just kind of do it for all the readings. But yeah, thank you guys so much as always for your energy, for your likes, for your shares and subscriptions, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, or later with Instagram and TikTok and all the things. They are great free ways to support the channel here, since I do these readings for free. So whatever you feel guided to do or not do is okay. But yeah, I'm going to take a break here, guys, and then I will be coming back with the last two signs for September. So we'll come back with Cancer and Leo in a little while. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you later. Enjoy this time period. All right, bye.